What's crackalating, everybody? Today is Sunday and we woke up, so we're blessed. What can I say? We're too blessed to be distressed. Distressed? Maybe we're too blessed to be depressed. Anyway, what is going on? What's crackalating out in the comic world? I've had a good weekend. I've been out there comic hunting. I've been hitting the back issues, hitting the back bins, hitting the toy bins, hitting it all, doing everything I can to find all them treasures, man. Stuff I ain't got. You know what I'm saying? Stuff I can bring to Dopetopia and just let rot in the black hole, because it's never going nowhere as long as it's under my control. Anyway, today we're here and we got 3 or 4 questions. We got some action figures. We got some 3-code horror to show. We got some books I found out in the wild. We got a little bit of everything. So nothing left to do but do it to it, and we're going to do it right now. So let's get to hopping. Let's first just show a few little action figures. What do you know? I found another giant Hulk. This is a big one I didn't have. I've got lots of Hulks, but I didn't have this one. So I picked this one up. I think it's like $3. Well, I can't beat that. Goes in the Hulk pile. You can see back there's lots of Hulks. There's Hulks everywhere in this room. Hulks make you feel good. You need to surround yourself with things that make you feel good. In this bad times and age, in this awful world that some people live in, they need to surround themselves with good things. You need to build your own Dopetopia. Just get you a little closet or a room or somewhere you can go to get away from the old wife, and just put all the stuff you love in it and surround yourself with awesomeness. And that's how you do it. You build the Dopetopian man shed. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes down. But enough talking. We've shown one Hulk. What else do we got? Do we want to ask a question first, or we want to show some stuff? Look at this thing here I found for $2.95. I didn't have this old vintage Punisher toy. Somebody drilled 2 holes in his back. I don't know what that is, but a little vintage Punisher toy. Why not? Punisher toys are kind of rare. You don't see many Punisher toys. So I had to pick that up for $2.95. That's pebbles, man. Speaking of $2.95, here's another Hulk I picked up for $2.95. I mean, this one I didn't have either. He's funky. He's got some funky arms. He don't look good, but he'll look good with all of his family up there. If I don't got it, I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Woo! So let's just go to a question first. Randy's got comics. What's wrong with Marvel? I don't know. Maybe the fact they're owned by DC or owned by Disney, but DC's just as bad. I mean, I think it's just the times we live in. We're old grumpy men, and times are different now. But Marvel, let's stick with Marvel, since Marvel is the question that Randy's got comics asked. What's wrong with Marvel? You know, Marvel had a great plan when they first started out in the 60s, and I just loved everything about what they stood for back in the day. You know, you sit there and look at what Stan Lee did. He thought every kid growing up should have a role model. And if you look at all the different personalities and you think hard like I do, and you break down stuff and you really look into stuff, you know, there was somebody for everybody. If you had an anger problem, hey, you probably could relate to Hulk, so you read some Hulk shit. If you had some kind of bipolar, schizophrenia stuff, you might have read Ghost Rider. If you felt like a outcast and you sit at the nerd table in the cafeteria and hanged around with all the nerdy people, you probably read X-Men, because you probably felt like you was a mutant. Captain America was like he was like Marvel's Superman. He was supposed to be perfect. He's the one you lead up to. You want perfect standards. You know, he'd been in the army. He didn't do nothing wrong. He was the all-American. And everybody had somebody they could look forward to. I once met a preacher that told me he knew everything about, you know, if I wanted to talk the Bible, or if I wanted to talk Iron Man, he knew everything about it. I said, Iron Man? He said, yeah. He's like, I can relate to Iron Man. Because on Sundays, I put on this suit, and I walk into this church, and everybody thinks I'm perfect, and everybody thinks I got the answers. And that's the same way with Iron Man. He put on that iron suit, and everybody forgot that there was a drunk inside that outfit. Everybody thought Iron Man was perfect, but he wasn't. Just like the preacher wasn't. But when he puts on his suit, he's out there trying to do the best he can do. And that's what Iron Man did, and that's what the preacher did. So I can relate with that. So it's funny how all these people, even the guy coming back from like Vietnam, you had Sergeant Fury, you had Frank Castle, you had people you could look up to. So everybody had somebody. But now it ain't like that anymore. It ain't like that no more. They're trying to make everybody the same. And it was a good plan back in the day. I like what Marvel was doing. All right, so let's see here. Let's show a few books. I picked up this Zombie Terror to read. And, I love supporting indie comics. This had a beautiful cover on it. Really cool book, but it sucked as far as reading. It had a bunch of stories in it. And a lot of stories were so short, there's only like 2 or 3 pages, and they really wasn't even a story, you didn't get too involved. Some of these stories had really good artwork. Other stories had stupid artwork. So, that's what you get when you get an indie book. I mean, you support indie artists, you support indie writers, you support indie companies. They put out cool stuff like this. I try to support the horror culture, anything that gets put out. But this one right here, it sucked. So that one's going in the giveaway, pal. Number 1 issue of this. I love this. It plays homage to the classic cover where, you got the whole setup just like that. You got Hulk. More to that. But this book here, this is Hulk 100 years in the future. So I thought I'd give it a read. It's not the greatest read, but I didn't have number 1 of that. We got The Hidden Vampires. I found this weekend. Where Monsters Dwell, The Hidden Vampires. Check that cover out. I love these old Marvel 20 centers. Where Monsters Dwell, The Hidden Vampires. Cool book. What can I say? Cool book, man. Also, I found up here, I don't know if you can see, but I got Sam and Twitch. This is a double pack from Image. They're usually about $25. But I found the original from 1996. It was $5. We got the Sam and Twitch. I'm not a Spawn fan, but I do love Sam and Twitch. If you're not reading Sam and Twitch, pick up Sam and Twitch and give it a read. Sam and Twitch is amazing. Sam and Twitch has nothing to do with Spawn and their book. It's out now. I think we're on issue 3 or 4. It's been really good. It's more detective stories. Lots of, they're chasing a serial killer. So give Sam and Twitch a read. See what you think. I don't think you'll be too depressed with it. I think you'll really like it. Because it's awesome. Why wouldn't you like it? Cowboy Cactus on IG. Cowboy_Cactus on IG. I guess, I don't know what kind of question this is, but he says, ... Hot Pockets suck. Yeah, Hot Pockets do kind of suck. I've been raised on Hot Pockets. It's one of the things I've ate my whole life. And it seems like they're getting less and less stuff in the Hot Pocket. I remember almost having to go to the ER many a times for Hot Pocket burns, because when that cheese falls on your face, it's the hottest shit in the world. It's like lava. Best Hot Pocket they make, I'm still going to have to just go with the Supreme Pizza. But the pepperoni's fine, the meatball's fine. But they have really let me down. I would like to see them make a bologna and cheese. I would like to see them make a kraut and weenies. And maybe just a chili cheese Hot Pocket. Yeah. Chili cheese on the run? Shit, yeah, baby. Whoop, whoop. I like that. Here's some really cool books I found this week. Twilight Zone. This is the belle of the ball, man. When you find these 30-cent Twilight Zones, you got to pick them up. Twilight Zones, for some reason, they escape me. So I have to, I don't have near as many of these as I like. Beautiful book, Golden Key. We got this mobster just shooting this other mobster in the chest, and they ain't doing nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? He's the Teflon Don, baby. You can't hurt him. He's rocking and rolling. But that's a good one I picked up. And I picked up another Twilight Zone. This one's even better cover. We got snakes down here. We got this cowboy. He's about to get bit by this cottonmouth, a Tennessee cottonmouth. Back here we have what looks to be a ghost rider. We've got a horse and a skeleton dude. From the old days, kind of reminds me of Phantom Rider, the first Ghost Rider. But he's got a gun. I don't know if it shoots ghost bullets or what it does. I don't think a ghost bullet gun would hurt a real man. But I'd be scared to death if I saw a ghost horse and a ghost man in the fog and a giant cottonmouth coming out of the water. I mean, who wouldn't be afraid of that? Cool book. $3 or $4, not much. If you find them, pick them up. One more question. Yellow Dot Comics. What crossover do I want to see? I want to see Frank Castle in Vietnam against the Predator. I want a Predator to come down in Vietnam, and Frank Castle is in the jungle, and he's got to fight a Predator. Why haven't they done this already? We don't want Black Panther and Predator, which we're getting now. We don't want Wolverine and Predator. We want Frank Castle in a war setting at Vietnam, 120 degrees, out of nowhere, a Predator lands. Maybe the first issue or the first part of the issue, just have him killing Vietnamese people. And then all of a sudden, he sees the ship crash. I don't know, but I want to see lots of killing. I want Frank Castle in Vietnam against a Predator. I'd buy that miniseries. Why wouldn't I? That'd be amazing. Another thing I picked up. Look at this magazine form. Grave Tales. This is Grave Tales. In this issue, you're going to see 11 gruesome ways to die. This is Grave Tales. Coolest thing about this book is the cover. I've read it. There's really not much good stuff in here, but that's what you get when you're dealing with indies and people like this. But I keep supporting indies just because every once in a while you'll get something really cool, a gem in the wild. But I love this cover. This is Grave Tales. The stories wasn't no good, so this would be thrown into the get rid of box. But it's still very cool. Grave Tales. I had to give it a read. You know what I'm saying? I had to give it a read. Why wouldn't I want to read it? Here's another cool book sitting here. Here's an old Eerie book. I don't even know what number it is, but check this one out. This one here, we got skulls. I mean, could they see how many skulls I could get on the cover? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, there's a skull castle up there. I mean, come on now. Eerie, let's just see how many skulls we can put on the cover of this magazine. And that girl is banging. She's got the D cups. I mean, this is like the, 50s. That girl is banging. That's somebody's grandma now, in comic terms. Anyway, check that book out. This is a cool, Eerie, cool book. I think it's number 13. So there you go. Beautiful book. One more book in this pile. This is Adventures into Terra, 10 Center. Check that out. Every time I see this cover, I think of like Michael Jackson's Thriller. I don't know why the dude in the green and the girl in the red dress are out in the graveyard in the middle of the night, but they are. Why? I don't know. But they are right in the middle of a zombie arise! A zombie arise! Got the full moon. They're coming out. They gonna get it. Beautiful book. Adventures into Terra. And just like that, we're under 14 minutes. What can I say? Wonderful day, wonderful world. Everybody go out, read your comics, enjoy yourself, have a good time. And remember, I love you. I love you a lot, everybody.